Welcome to our Academy for the Soul Radio, bringing intuition to life.
Welcome to Rainbow Illuminations. And before we even begin our program today, I want to place our gathering today, our intentions, and each and every one of us in an orb of grace and an orb of truth, that we be held in grace and in truth all along our time together. Thank you. And within this orb of grace and this orb of truth, let's take a moment in contemplation. Contemplating, embodying peace. Infusing ourselves with peace. As we find peace in, we find peace out by simply bringing peace with our presence. And also becoming immune to the absence of peace if we ever encounter it. True inner peace is not only when all is well and quiet, but when it can be found and shared in the midst of the storm. Peace is a choice. We make that choice. We invite peace. We create it. We build it. We nurture it. And we share it. Like a muscle, we awaken it, use it, grow it, until it will have populated the whole planet again. We cannot wait for the world to be at peace in order to find peace ourselves and within ourselves, but the other way around. As we choose, invite, and grow inner peace, we offer our peace to the world by our peaceful presence and our words, decisions, and actions being infused with and spreading peace. Peace is a choice. And as we make that choice, we are guided and supported into the realization of that choice, that resolution. We make ourselves of service to the divine, and the divine shapes us and uses us for that purpose. And we are in good hands. This is the intention of this series, Embodying Peace. Welcome. Hello everyone, I am your host, Sophie Bidard. For those of you who don't know me, I'm an ambassador with the Academy for the Soul, and I'm passionate about finding the divine within and guiding others to this experience as well. And I'm delighted to be with you today, starting our Embodying Peace series with this first episode dedicated to peace of mind. This radio show series is part of the warm-up towards our rainbow wave of peace with the peak event on January the 1st. This is when we'll gather as a community, light working for peace. You have links to a video invitation and to the full program on the webcast page and on the replay page as well. And today and throughout December, there will be offerings to really build up our inner peace, our intentions for peace, our dedication to peace, so that we'll be ready on January 1st to stand as luminous pillars of peace, connecting as a global grid of those luminous pillars of peace, all of us, all over the planet, and offer our peace to the world. I am so delighted for this offering for peace and for your participation, your willingness, your taking a stand for peace. Thank you. So today we're going to explore 5 ways to peace of mind. And then I'll be doing live intuitive readings. So please post your request in the question box if you didn't do so already. Or to get on the line with me, press *2 on your phone or raise your hand on the webcast. And the question to ask for your reading is, what number 1 emotion stops me from experiencing peace of mind? And then after the readings, I will guide a process to flush out all these emotions that prevent us from experiencing peace of mind. And I'll be offering a power claiming key to invite and hold peace in our minds. So let's settle in the safe, sacred space of the orb of grace and the orb of truth surrounding us and holding us. And let's explore together 5 ways to peace of mind. Of course, being in nature, meditation, yoga, qigong, spiritual practices are all foundational to peace, and it almost goes without saying, so I thought to just mention them as obvious. But what I want to bring forth today are 5 other ways that combine very well with these basics that are, really fundamentals. So let's get into these 5 ways. So first way to peace of mind is inviting it with our intention. This is what we're going to do later in this episode after the readings with our process of flush and claim, inviting peace of mind with our intention. That's our first way. Number 2, 3, and 4 consist in making space for peace in our minds by taking care of the noise, the agitation, the aggression, the confusion, whatever is going on in our minds that is not allowing it to have peace. In short, I will call it the noise. So number 2, putting down the noise, putting it down and away. And you can do so by putting it in the hands of the divine, with such a request as, take this mental unrest from me. Take this noise away from me. Another way to put the noise down is by writing it, laying it on paper, journaling, writing what torments your mind. By putting it on paper, it is less of a burden to the mind, which tends less to run into loops, and so there is more space for something else and for peace. Another way to put it down and away, this noise, is making a different choice. And we can declare, I want to see this differently. I ask to see this differently. Or even, I want to see this with peace. I ask to see this with peace. And yet another way to put this noise down and away is flushing it away, as we're going to do with our process to flush the emotion that stops you from experiencing peace of mind. And you can very well use this flush with the replay of this episode to simply flush the noise out and away. Number 3, another way to take care of the noise in our minds is listening to it, not listening to the content of it, but to the purpose of it, and following up. Asking our higher selves such questions as, what is this noise calling for? This noise in my head, in my mind, this noise within me. What is this noise calling for? What am I not attending to? What is not taken care of? What is not given care or attention? What is this noise trying to cover up? What am I trying to avoid with this noise? Avoid being in contact with or putting my attention to. And of course, after these questions, this review, following up, taking action on what has been shown, what has been told, received, and the guidance from our higher self. And yet another way to take care of the mental noise is moving it. Move your body, move your thoughts. Go for a walk, jump, bounce, shake your body, dance, move the noise out. That can be very much fun too, if we allow ourselves to be creative with it. And finally, the 5th way to peace of mind is simply bringing peace to our mind, using our breath, the air, the wind. What do we do when the atmosphere is stuck or stuffed in a room? We open the window and bring in some fresh air. Well, we want to do the same with our breath to bring peace in our mind. So a few suggestions about that. One is to practice, imagine and feel how you can breathe through your nose, up into your mind, into your head, into your brain, blowing some fresh air in your mind. And then breathing out the excess. Use your imagination, create the visualization, the experience that works for you. It can be through visualization, it can be through sensations, it can be through your attention, where you put your attention, following your breathing. I like personally to visualize and feel at the same time as I breathing through my nose. I sweep all the noise and collect it all up at the top of my head. And then I drop it so that on the out breath, I can blow it all out. And with a few clearing breaths in and out, in my head and in my mind, I am in a much more peaceful state of mind already. So That's a suggestion, and I'm sure your breath will know and will guide you how to do that perfectly for you. And another way that is very efficient is to bring all your focus on your breath. For this, I have 2 tricks to share with you. One is to make the breath louder than the mental noise, so that all we can hear is our breath and no longer the noise. And we keep our attention on that sound of our loud breathing. Focus is on the breath. And with that noisy breath, the noise in the mind is silenced. The noise disappears behind. And my other trick, which is very efficient, is to silently count down the breath, for example, from 15 to 0 or from 25 to 0, breathing normally, naturally, with eyes closed. In breath and out breath, that's 15. Let's say we do 15 to 0. Then in breath and out breath, that's 14. In breath and out breath, that's 13. And you do that silently all the way down to 0. And once at 0, you find yourself much more present, centered, and at peace. And the reason why this works so well is that by counting backwards, it keeps the mind busy enough that it can no longer think of anything else. And it holds your focus on the breath, which in itself is calming and centering, because it brings your attention within. This is something that works very well with children, teenagers, or all of us when we need to quickly shift our state from being agitated to being calm, centered, and resourceful. Kids, when they have been wild and now they need to sit and do their homework or sit for a test even, they can use this 15 to 0 or 25 to 0. Just takes a minute or 2. Or when we've been in busy traffic or public transportation, and now we are to make an important presentation or have a conversation. Within a minute of breathing, counting backwards, the countdown of the breathing, we are empowered again with a peaceful mind. So I invite you to try it. It does work, I promise. And if it works really well, you can extend. Why not? From 50 to 0, you get into a meditative state already. So, to recapitulate our 5 ways to peace of mind. 1, invite peace with intention. We're going to do that later on, after the readings. 2, put the noise down and away. 3, listen to the noise, to its purpose, and take action accordingly. 4, move the body, move the thoughts, thus making space for peace. And 5, bringing the peace within with the breath. And above all, I invite you to combine moving your body by going for a walk in nature and there breathing peace in, setting intentions and flushing away. In that, for example, right, that's a combination. There's a synergy that is so much more powerful than doing just one of those things I shared. The essential really is to experiment and to find what works for you and then practice it and use it. Getting your mind used to being at peace. And it will become easier and easier because, trust me, your mind is thirsty for that peace. So as you offer it, it will want more of it. And then it gets better and easier. I hope you enjoyed these ways or any other ways to peace of mind. That is really self-care. And care for the collective, as each one mind at peace will contribute to lowering the background noise and inspire others to do the same. So, thank you for taking care of yourself. Thank you for doing your share for the collective peace of mind. All right, so now let's move on to the readings, intuitive readings. Let's get prepared. I invite you to relax, take a few deep breaths. Breathing out all that does not belong to this moment. Let's bring all of your attention and your presence here and now. We set our intention that our time together, all that is shared in words and beyond the words, and all the energies that we call in and flow serve our highest good, our evolution, support our service to the highest good of all. I invite you to open your heart or open it even more and be ready to receive. And to open your mind or open it even more and be ready to receive. Remembering your connection to the center, to the heart of the earth. And your connection to the center, to the heart of the universe. So that you are held, both grounded and suspended. You are safe, relaxed, and ready and open to receive. Now ask your higher self to be present and to guide and support you now and throughout the day. And let's proceed to the readings now within the orb of grace for good care and the orb of truth for revelation. So the question to ask is, what number one emotion stops me from experiencing peace of mind? So if you haven't done so already, place your request in the Q&A box. To get on the line with me, press star 2 on your phone or raise your hand in the webcast. And with your reading, with the awareness you'll receive, you'll be able to release that emotion after collecting its insights, its guidance, its wisdom, to flush it away. There are many, many requests in the Q&A, so thank you all for all your requests. I'm delighted that there's such a great interest for peace of mind. I'm going to do my best to get every request served, hopefully. And in any case, I invite you to pay attention to every reading and take for yourself everything that resonates. If it triggers you, it's for you. It's a way of you, that your higher self signals to you something to be released. And you'll do that with the flush. So I'm going to try and move fast through the readings to get as many completed as possible. So there won't be many details in the readings, but you can trust that your higher self is bringing this emotion to your awareness now because it's time for you to release it. So bring it to the flush we're going to do afterwards and clear it away. And between the time of your reading or that someone else's reading is triggering you, between that moment and the flush, ask your higher self to give you awareness of this emotion, to allow you to witness it within you. Then bring it to the flush and release it. All right, so with that, let's get started. We have a few hands raised, so let me begin there, then I'll go to the Q&A. We are going to New Wago, Michigan on a cell phone. Hello.
Hi, Sophie. This is Lori.
Hi, Lori. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. So what is my number one emotion getting in the way of my peace of mind?
Yes. Thank you, Lori. Okay, going straight to confusion. It's a fearful confusion. It's a fear that has confusion in it, and the confusion brings fear of what's behind this, like that when you're in the fog. When you're in the fog and you don't see what's behind, it can be experienced as fearful, but it's almost a choice. Because in the fog, what do you do? One, you slow down, you turn on your attention, your senses, right? You become more aware, you be more careful. You might want to ask your higher self to guide you and support you so that you can be in an alert way without the fear. And in that way, you can navigate the fog nicely. And so with this confusion, it's especially the fear of the confusion that is like buzzing in your head, in your mind, and you want to relax in the confusion that may even allow the confusion to dissipate.
Feels great.
Feels great? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. Bring it to the flush. You're welcome. Thank you, Lori. And yes, thank you, Lori. Thank you so much. For everyone with whom it resonates, that's for you as well. And that's going to be for every reading, right? Confusion, I think, is a big one. A fearful confusion may be very widely spread these days and weeks. So let's take care of it. All right, next we have an anonymous caller with no location, so I'm unmuting you now. I cannot reach to you, let you know who are you, but you're on the line, so hopefully you can identify yourself. If you're on the line, that's for you. Anonymous guest. Hello. All right. There's no name, no location, no phone number that I can point to. So unless you speak to me.
Hello?
Yes. Yes. Hello. That's you. Hello.
Hi, I'm Chantal. I'm from Bronx, Ontario.
All right, Chantal.
What is my number one emotion that stops me from experiencing peace of mind?
Okay. Thank you, Chantal. Let's see what's coming for you. It's an emotion of hurt.
Yeah.
Feeling insignificant and feeling hurt about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you ready to flush it away?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. You're done with it. Okay.
Yes.
Beautiful. Yeah. Oh, I get chills in my head. Thank you, Chantal. I love it. I love this clear-cut determination. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Chantal. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. All right. I love this. You know, at some point we have a choice. Do we want the noise or do we want to hold on to this emotion? And yeah, I love it how Chantel is showing the way. Let's get it flushed. Done with it. Thank you so much, Chantel. Okay, with that, if anyone wants to raise their hand, I'll come back and check if anyone else wants to come on the line. In the meantime, I'm going to go to the Q&A. Many requests on the Q&A. So let's get going with Kathy in San Jose. Thank you, Kathy. Tuning in with you. What number one emotion prevents you from experiencing peace of mind? It's an emotion for you, Kathy, of shame, embarrassment. So, yeah, again, it's like there's the same resonance as just now with Chantel. You can choose between embarrassment, holding on to it, or letting go of it. I'm seeing it in your hands, and you can choose to drop it in the flush. So, and again, for Kathy and everyone, between the moment you get your reading and the moment we're going to flush, ask your higher self, if needed, to bring this emotion to your attention to allow you to notice it so that when we come to the flush, it's going to be right. If it's not already when you get your reading. Okay? So thank you, Kathy. Next request from Layla in Riverside. So tuning in with you, Layla. I ask my higher self to ask your higher self, what number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind? It's an emotion of fear, feeling alarmed, but it's like I'm being shown an alarm that's like ringing the whole time, so it's no longer an alarm anymore, and you need to throw this alarm away to reset. You need to reset, because an alarm that rings the whole time is no longer an alarm, it's just noise, right? So you need to drop it. Your higher self is inviting you to drop it, so that after that, and for everyone who feels like kind of constantly alarmed, it prevents your higher self to reach to you and to signal to you when there's need to pay attention or anything. So flush the alarm away, okay? Flush it down, reset, bring calm and peace so that your higher self is going to be able to reach to you and guide you and support you. All right? Thank you. We need decent level of silence within to be able to hear our higher self. So it's our responsibility to make space, to make silence, if not absolute silence, at least to allow higher self to be able to reach to us, guide us and support us. Okay, so drop down this alarm, Layla, is what your higher self wants you to do. All right. Thank you, Layla. Liselot in Sweden. Tuning in with you, Liselot. I ask my higher self to ask your higher self, what number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind? Yeah, it's an emotion of despair, feeling abandoned. And higher self is saying, well, I didn't abandon her, I don't abandon you. If only, but much more than your higher self. You have the divine. There are many ways in which, even if unfortunately there is experience of being or having been abandoned in your life, your higher self wants you to bring your attention to who and what aspects are actually there for you. Your higher self is there for you. The divine is there for you. I'm here for you through your higher self, right? So the invitation is to flush this despair of feeling abandoned. Flush it down and away. It makes too much noise. Okay? It's a burden. You want to, it's weighing. It's weighing. In addition to making noise, it's weighing, putting weight. So, thank you, Liz-Lot. And again, for everyone with whom it resonates. Priscilla in St. George, Utah. So, tuning in with you, Priscilla. I ask my higher self to ask your higher self what number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind. It's an emotion of hurt, feeling let down. So it kind of echoes the abandoned, but this is not about despair. This is about hurt. And I'm being shown like, oh, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. You know when you have a physical wound, like you've cut your finger, for example, and if you keep repeating yourself, oh, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it's going to hurt even more. And that's what your higher self is showing. And you want to drop this hurt. You want to let go of apparently obsessing about it. Okay? And feeling let down with the reminder, divine is here for you, higher self is here for you, I'm here for you. Many other beings are here for you. That's for every one of us, right? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Priscilla. I get tears in my eyes. I get the sense that these messages that are coming through higher self, they resonate with so many. And yet, there's so much that we can give ourselves relief, and let's choose peace in our minds, and let's flush these hurts, this despair, this fear, this alarmness. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for all your requests. Let me keep going. As I said, I want to go fast, but I want to honor each and every one of you and each and every request, and each and every message, insight that is coming through. It's a call. Through these readings, your higher selves are calling for peace, right? And I really want to honor that. Yeah, thank you. So now we're going to Constantia, New York, with David. Tuning in with you, David. I ask my higher self to ask your higher self what number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind. It's an emotion of sadness, the loneliness. And your higher self wants you to drop it, to flush it, because the attention to it, the noise that it makes, it prevents you from seeing, feeling, enjoying the presence of who is present, whether it's people or beings, possibly angels, archangels, right? These subtle presences, or the subtle presence of a friend, or the silent presence of a friend or loved one. They are hidden behind the noise. So we need to clear this noise, okay? And use the flush to clear the noise that this sadness, this loneliness brings in the mind. Thank you, David. Next, Deborah in Carl Place, New York. So tuning in with you, Deborah. I ask my higher self to ask your higher self what number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind. It's an emotion of shame, disgust, And what I'm higher self is showing in a kind of humoristic way, like if you have something disgusting in your hand, just drop it, throw it away, right? And higher self is saying that, yeah, just throw it away. It's disgusting, throw it away. Instead of, no need to hold on to it. So throw away this disgust and the shame of it. Flush it away. Clear it away. Whew. Okay? Yeah. Thank you, Deborah. Next, Donna in Utica, New York. Tuning in with you, Donna. I ask my higher self to ask your higher self. What number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind? It's an emotion of shame as well, feeling mortified and feeling like being stuck on the mortification, like, oh, I'm mortified, like kind of looping, obsessing about it. And, well, it's time to release it. Okay? That's a lot of noise. And if there's lessons, insights from whatever the experience has been that has brought this feeling mortified, collect the lessons, the insights, learn from it, and drop the shame, drop the feeling mortified, the mortification, the noise of it. Okay? Thank you, Donna. Next, we are going to Jennifer in Boldswinville, New York. I'm sure you'll recognize your location. So tuning in with you, Jennifer, I ask my higher self to ask your higher self what number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind. It's an emotion of hurt. The hurt of feeling too fragile. And I'm hearing and seeing, pushing away, oh, I'm too fragile, and feeling hurt about it. It's almost I'm too fragile for life or for some specific circumstances in life. And repeating in the mind, right? The mind looping, I'm too fragile with this hurt to it. And it really doesn't help to empower you. So higher self wants you to clear this away, flush it away, okay? To allow your higher self to reach to you, to empower you, to make you just as strong and empowered as you truly are with the divine. You are. We all are. Okay? Yeah. Thank you, Jennifer. All right. We're going to Warsaw, Poland with Alexandra. Thank you, Alexandra. Tuning in with you. I ask my higher self to ask your higher self what number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind. And shame, embarrassment, again. There's an experience that's created this embarrassment, and now you're holding it in your arms, but it's symbolically, right? But you're holding the weight of it, and you're, I'm embarrassed. It's embarrassing. It makes a lot of noise in the head, in the mind, and it's time to. If there was embarrassment, there is probably something to learn from the experience, what could be done differently next time, or is the embarrassment just an illusion itself, or kind of a trip of the mind, whatever it is, you want to flush it away. That's for many others, I'm hearing. Okay, there's a lot of this noise that just needs to, be flushed down and away. That's what we're doing today. So thank you, Alexandra. Next, we're going to Englewood, Florida with Holly. So Tuning in with you, Holy, I ask my higher self to ask your higher self, what number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind? It's a fear, feeling overwhelmed, and actually the overwhelm of overwhelm, looping, obsessing about the overwhelm. I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm overwhelmed. And the overwhelm, the noise of it really, and the fear that is attached to it is really counterproductive, really not helping, not supporting you, not empowering you, right? So this is a calling to sort things out, to plan, to organize, to prioritize, but for that you need to have a clear enough mind, and so you need to drop down, flush the overwhelm to allow your higher self to guide and support you with whatever it is that you need to deal with, to handle. Okay? So flush this overwhelm. This fearful overwhelm. The overwhelm makes it fearful because then you feel incapable to handle things and it's scary. Okay? But it higher self is giving a sense that there's nothing intrinsically scary to the situation. It's the overwhelm that makes it look or feel scary. And that's for, if not many, at least for at least a few of the audience that need to hear the same as well. There's nothing scary to it. It's the overwhelm that makes it seem scary. Clear the overwhelm with more clarity of mind and with your higher self, step by step, with guidance and support of higher self. It's going to be all right. Okay? Yeah. Thank you, Holy. Thank you for bringing this for yourself and for everyone. Okay, let me check. Is there any hand raised? Not at the moment, so I'm gonna keep going. We're doing good. We have plenty more to go, so let's keep going. So the Q&A, Mariam in Rodeo, California. Thank you, Mariam. Tuning in with you. Mariam, I ask my higher self to ask your higher self, what number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind? It's an emotion of despair, desolation, and kind of being stuck in the desolation that relates to a situation. And looping thoughts of desolation that keep you stuck, keep you in stuckness, and keep you in, inaction, immobility, and disempowerment. So your higher self wants you to flush this despair, this desolation, to, bring a clean slate. Bring a clean slate. Okay? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mariam. It's time to let it go, I'm hearing. And if anyone else, it resonates, it's time to let it go. Okay? Yeah, thank you. Somehow there's something very profound to it, even though the words are simple, but there's something profound to the energy and to how higher selves, through the readings, are kind of giving us, are giving us instructions and ways to be responsible. Okay? Drop this so you can stand on your feet again. Drop that so that you can be guided and supported. now is not a good time, if there ever is a good time. Now is not a good time to hold on to emotions. We need to notice them, gather their wisdom, their insights, their messages, and clear them away. Okay? So, yeah, let's do that. Thank you. All right. Next, we're going to Ithaca, New York with Barbara. Thank you, Barbara. Tuning in with you. I ask my higher self to ask your higher self, what number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind, Barbara? It's an emotion of anger. There's a disapproval, and I'm seeing arms crossed in front of the chest, and I'm disapproving of this. I'm disapproving. I'm not. This is not okay. I disapprove. Whatever it is that you disapprove of, it's okay. Your higher self, your whole being knows about it now, knows your stand. But the disapproval and the anger are making noise that are not helpful. Okay, so time to flush this disapproval and this disapproving. You got it. You get the message for yourself of what is being disapproved of. If you need to express it to someone else, do it. If you can't express it verbally, express it higher self to higher self. But within you, you need to bring peace now. Okay? Bring silence, clarity. All right. Thank you, Barbara. Next, we're going to DeWitt, New York with Suzanne. So tuning in with you, Suzanne. I ask my higher self to ask your higher self, what number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind? So it's an emotion of fear, feeling insecure. There's a feeling of insecurity. And your higher self is showing, okay, got the signal, now you want to trade, flush away the insecurity, the fear, and instead of having your mind be occupied by this insecurity, that's for everyone else with whom it resonates as well. Instead of being occupied with this, occupy yourself to ask your higher self for guidance and support to keep you safe, to keep you on safe tracks, keep you in a safe space, whatever you need, so that you feel safe and secure. Okay? So for that, for your higher self to be able to communicate with you properly, to guide and support you efficiently, now it's time to flush away the fear, the insecurity. So you make a trade-off between the emotion, the signal, and the guidance you're gonna in response you're gonna receive from your higher self. Okay, thank you, Suzanne. Next, Carla in Brussels. Yes, thank you, Carla. Tuning in with you. I ask my higher self to ask your higher self, what number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind? It's an emotion of sadness, a melancholia. I'm seeing kind of a melancholic wandering in the past, and it's just, it's well, there's no other way to say it. It's stopping you from experiencing peace of mind. So just as what came at the beginning with Chantel, I believe it was, you need to choose. Do you hold on to this melancholic review of the past and being kind of, floating in melancholy, in this sadness, or do you choose peace of mind, in which case you need to flush, let go of the melancholy, come back to the present? Okay. Yeah, thank you, Carla. All right. Next, Aileen in Onod. You're tricking me. Onondaga, New York. Onondaga, New York. Aileen, I'm sure you will recognize yourself. I'm sorry for my pronunciation. Aileen in Onondaga, New York. Okay, got it. Tuning in with you, Aileen. I ask my higher self to ask your higher self what number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind. So it's an emotion of anger, feeling hostile towards something. So it's clearly a boundary that is like, it's a boundary thing, right? That wants to keep you protected or safe from something, or to put a boundary. The thing is, you get the signal to place your boundary, if needed, to express it verbally or to move yourself so that you have space for boundary. Instead of using anger as a way to have boundary, recognize the anger as a signal that there needs to be boundary here. What you are being or feeling hostile towards, there's a need for boundary with that. Place a boundary and let go of the anger. On your side of the boundary, be at peace. That's what your higher self wants for you. Okay, so get the signal and clear away the hostility, the feeling hostile. Hold your boundary and be at peace in your mind. Yes, thank you, Aileen. All right, next, Mary in Los Angeles, California. Tuning in with you, Mary. Higher self to higher self, what number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind? It's an emotion of hurt, feeling wounded. And I'm hearing again, oh, it hurts. And just as previously, focusing on the hurt, just like when there's a physical injury, obsessing on the hurt, and it hurts. Just like it brings inflammation to the hurt. It just magnifies it. Okay? So you want to soothe yourself, and you want to soothe your mind. Your higher self wants you to soothe your mind by clearing this feeling wounded, this hurt, collecting the wisdom, the lessons, if any, and clearing it away. Let go. I'm hearing it's been enough already. Like you've been holding this enough. Now your higher self wants you to gift yourself relief and soothing peace. Okay? Thank you, Mary. All right. Destiny in Traverse City. Thank you, Destiny. Tuning in with you. Destiny, I ask my higher self to ask your higher self what number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind. It's an emotion of guilt, self-disappointment, feeling guilty, feeling disappointed with yourself about something. And higher self is showing, okay, it's time, you got the message, you're disappointed with this, whatever it is about. You got it, like you got the message that you feel disappointed. So you want to work with your higher self. How can I do better next time? How can I improve? How can I get better results? How can I do differently? And for that, you want to you want to, and your higher self wants to work with you, but cannot reach to you as long as you're running the self-disappointment that makes noise, right? So drop the noise, drop the emotions, flush it away, and work with your higher self towards improvement. That's how we learn, right? And turn things into greater things and greater things and greater things and more satisfaction. Yeah. Thank you, Destiny. That may be for many others of us. So thank you. All right, next, Bend, Oregon, Jyoti, tuning in with you, Jyoti. I ask my higher self to ask your higher self, what number one emotion prevents you, stops you from experiencing peace of mind? So it's an emotion of hurt. There's quite a lot of hurt coming up with these readings. Feeling crushed. And again, it seems that it's how the mind tends to hold on to the emotion of hurt, or we had similar thing with the shame a few times as well. And the mind tends to obsess with it, right? And that would prevent peace of mind for sure. And so I'm seeing loops of, hearing loops of, I feel crushed, I feel crushed, I feel crushed. So notice the signal, flush the emotion, clear it away, and work with your higher self. Work out the situation, the healing, whatever needs to be learned from the situation. Is there any forgiveness? Is there anything that needs to be brought for the healing of whatever is this hurt, feeling crushed? Okay, but being stuck in the hurt, as the mind can do very easily, it's really counterproductive because it prevents us from being able to have the guidance and support of our higher self. So we just need to notice the emotion and then clear it away and then go to work with higher self. Okay? Yeah. Thank you, Jyoti. All right. Let me check any hand raised. Anyone wants to come on the line? Not now. Okay. I keep going. Let's do this. I have good hope to get everyone served. I would really love that. I would really, really love that. So doing my best. Let's go all the way to Australia with Katrina. Tuning in with you, Katrina. I ask my higher self to ask your higher self, what number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind? So it's again an emotion of hurt, feeling bitter about something. So there's a bitterness, and it brings like a taste in the mouth, and then it captures all your attention. It's like the whole mind is captured by this bitterness, and as long as it's there, it's not going to give you peace of mind. Okay, so whatever it is that you are feeling bitter about, that you're feeling hurt, and there's bitterness about this hurt, attached to this hurt, your higher self wants you to flush it away. Okay? Yeah. Could resonate for others. So same for everyone for whom this is true. Let's flush the bitterness and be able to work things out with the higher self. Thank you, Katrina. Leila, I had you on the line, so thank you. Did I have you? Leila, come on. No, hold on, I did a reading for you. Yes, Leila in Riverside. You're the same Leila, so I already did your reading, Leila. Okay. going to Caroline in California. Tuning in with you, Caroline. Ask my higher self to ask your higher self what number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind. Again, an emotion of hurt, feeling betrayed. And yes, it hurts, right? Yes, it hurts, but holding on to the hurt and holding on to the feeling betrayed is not helping you, is not helping the whole situation, is not helping the healing, and is certainly not helping your peace of mind. And of course, all of this has nothing to do with denying any experience of hurt or denying or suppressing anything of what happened, but it's about if we hold on to the hurt, it prevents us from healing. And in order to heal, we need to have to some degree access to higher selves. That what the mind does with the hurt is a lot of looping, a lot of noise. So we need to flush if only some of this to be able to work out the healing of whatever the situation has been. Okay? So that's what it is for you, Caroline. Okay? Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm seeing, on a stereo or sound system, like there's the volume button, and I'm seeing higher selves want to turn down the volume of noise in our heads. There's so much noise out there. We need to, if only, okay, now I get chills just before even saying this, but getting the thoughts of it. We need to be the adults in the room and in the world, and hopefully there are many other adults, but we need to show up as adults. The bigger, how is the saying? The bigger person, bigger, better person. It's not about being better, but we need to be responsible and choose peace systematically, choose peace in our minds, as opposed to choosing holding on to this and to that. And what higher selves are showing us today is that there are so many instances in which we hold on to things that if we would drop them, and we are going to do that, and we are invited to do that, it brings so much peace of mind. So now is a good time to be diligent, is a good word, to be diligent, responsible, and to be good role models for others, for children, especially, but not only, but especially, right? What model do we give to children? Yeah, thank you. So, know, please, that I appreciate each and every one of you, each and every one of your requests, each and every one of your willingness to bring peace to your mind. Yeah, let's do this. Let's keep on going. I get kind of emotional. I so appreciate all of you and all of your willingness. I can feel it, and I truly appreciate it. And we're in this together, so let's do this. And I must say, I appreciate all, even though I don't read them out loud, I read them for myself, all of your kind words and kind formulations. I very much appreciate them and receive them, and give all of you all my love. With that, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Going to Mark is the location. Janet in Mark. Tuning in with you, Janet. I ask my higher self to ask your higher self, what number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind? It's an emotion of guilt, self-blame. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing loops. When we go into self-blame, it can very easily turn into loops and obsessions, right? And beating ourselves up. Okay, Janet, your higher self is kindly saying, okay, enough now. Kindly, but clearly. So, if there is something to learn from the situation, from whatever it is that inspired this self-blame, okay, gather the insights, the wisdom, get the learnings, work with the higher selves, but drop the self-blame, drop the guilt, flush it away. Thank you, Janet. And everyone, how many of us do self-blame? Do eat self-blame at breakfast? Yeah, we're invited to stop this. This is not our cereal. We are not children, and we don't eat self-blame for breakfast anymore. If that has been the case, well, now is a good time to make different choices. Okay? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Janet. All right, going to Veronique in Germany. Veronique in Germany? Okay. Veronique in Germany, maybe in Mexico, but in any case, I know it's you, Veronique, and you know this is for you. So tuning in with you, I ask my higher self to ask your higher self, Veronique, what number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind? It's an emotion of shame, feeling small. And interesting. Your higher self is showing that there's not like, it's like showing me some visual, and that can be for many others as well. It's like zooming in, zooming out, and with that showing that feeling small is a matter of perspective, right? If we zoom out and look at ourselves from outer space, yeah, we are so small, we are not even visible. But if we zoom in into, I don't know, the region or even the house or the room, then we are not small, we are big. So small is so insignificant. It's so, what's the word? Subjective, the contrary of objective. So subjective, it's actually, okay, it's actually a judgment. So everyone who feels small, it's subjective, it's a matter of perspective and judgment. The invitation of higher selves is go and clear this away. Okay? Shift the perspective. I want to see this differently. I ask to see this differently. I ask to see myself differently. I want to see myself differently. With this request and clearing the shame, feeling small. Somehow there's more inside that comes for this one. It might resonate with many. Many of you need to hear this. Okay? So, yeah. No one is small, and now I'm seeing a mouse. Mouse is small, maybe. Or is it really? Okay, there's no such thing as small. So, of shameful small. Okay, so let's clear this away. All right, thank you, Veronique. Somehow, this is an important message. So it was given time and attention because, yeah, that's how it is. I'm not doing it. I'm sharing what's given to share. Okay, next we're going to California with Amy. So tuning in with you, Amy, I ask my higher self to ask your higher self, what number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind? So again, it's an emotion of shame, the disgust, And as came previously, if there's disgust about something, let go of it. Holding on to it, holding on to the disgust is of no help. If something needs to be changed or anything, you're going to be able to do it with your higher self much better than being in the disgust and being in the obsession of the disgust. Oh, it's disgusting, it's disgusting. Yes, it is. Throw it away. Throw the disgust away. Throw the disgustingness away and the shame. And if needed, work with your higher self in the peace of your mind to gather the wisdom and whatever, if anything needs to be changed or done or anything. Okay? Yeah. Okay, that's again about perspective and focus. Where do we put the focus, on the disgust itself or on what needs to be attended to? Okay? Yeah. Thank you, Amy. All right, Jane in BC. Tuning in with you, Jane. I ask my higher self to ask your higher self what number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind. Emotion of hurt, feeling insignificant. Okay, so it's kind of a mix of the small, right? And obsession with the hurt. You need to flush away this hurt, feeling insignificant. In order for your higher self to allow you to perceive your significance and actually your magnificence. Your significance is to the degree of magnificence. But as long as your mind is stuck on the on the heart of feeling insignificant, higher self cannot bring this to your attention. Okay? So that's what you want to flush away. Jane. All right. Thank you, Jane. Going to New York with Pam. Pam, tuning in with you. I ask my higher self to ask your higher self what number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind. Shame, embarrassment. Same as before, drop it. It's funny because in French, embarrassé, like when you have like your hands too full or your arms too full that you can't, like you're clumsy because there's nothing you can do. Your arms are like literally, physically, right? Your arms are too full. You're embarrassé. There's nothing you can do, and you get to be clumsy, right? Well, it's kind of funny because it's showing how well you are being embarrassé. You are holding on to this embarrassment makes you clumsy in a way, and is like, yeah, it's a burden. And what do you do when you're too embarrassé? If I'm too embarrassé, if my arms are too full and I can't open the door, what do? I put things down so I can have my hands free and open the door or do whatever I need to do. And higher self is using this in kind of humoristic way, kind of a blink to say, okay, when you're embarrassed, put things down, put it down. Okay, put the embarrassment down. Stop being embarrassed with embarrassment. Okay, put it down. Yeah. Saying this with a lot of care and compassion. So thank you, Pam. All right. Let me check in. Holly. Holly, are you the same, Holly? Yes, Holly, I did a reading for you. So you're all set going to Switzerland. Sabina. Hello, Sabina. Thank you. Tuning in with you. Sabina, I ask my higher self to rescue herself. What number one? Emotion. Stops you from experiencing peace of mind. Yeah, it's an emotion of hurt, feeling vulnerable. And I'm being shown, okay, you get the message, you're feeling vulnerable. Now you can drop it. And instead of holding on to feeling vulnerable or looping these thoughts and emotions and being in the presence of this feeling vulnerable, offer yourself self-care. I'm seeing like a cocoon of something very soft and gentle and warm. So use the signal, oh, I'm feeling vulnerable. What do you do when a child feels vulnerable? What do? You hold them. You give them a hug, even more than a hug, like you embrace them, you hold them, and you make them be held in a soft, warm, safe space. That's what you want to give to yourself, Sabina. So just take the signal of the emotion. I'm feeling hurt, I'm feeling vulnerable. Take this as a signal, a calling for you to place yourself. Is it in the hands of the divine? Is it in the hands of Divine Mother? Kuan Yin, whoever inspires you, and including possibly physically, literally giving yourself self-care, a nice warm bath, something warm, and then being in a soft robe, right? So just get the signal and then drop the emotion and offer yourself the comforting that you would offer to a child who feels vulnerable. And with that, it brings the peace of mind. Your mind can relax. Your mind needs to relax in a soft, warm, cozy place. That's for many of us. And we are responsible to giving ourselves, if only moments of soft, warm coziness. We need to make space for these moments in our day, every day. Okay? Yeah. Thank you, Sabina. This is for you. This is for many. So thank you. All right. Going on. Checking in. Okay. I keep going. Doing good, everyone. Thank you. Angie in Bertha. Angie, tuning in with you, Angie. I ask my higher self to ask your higher self. What number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind? It's an emotion of sadness, the sorrow. Okay. Oh, there's an invitation to place your sorrow in the hands of the divine and allow yourself to be held in a warm, cozy, soft embrace. Okay? So use the flush to facilitate. And you can actually do this right away as you hear this. And if anyone else feels sorrow, the sadness, the weight, and that it takes over your mind, okay, what is going on here is that when there's deep sorrow and we want to we try to avoid drowning in it, then our mind gives us all sorts of busyness and buzzing and distraction, all sorts of noise, as an attempt to prevent us from drowning in the sorrow. So what you want to do is take a nice breath. Allow yourself to feel the sorrow and then place the sorrow in the hands of the divine. There's so much sorrow in the world. So let's take a moment to do this right now. Place our sorrow in the hands of the divine, asking the divine to hold us, to hold our sorrow, and to hold us in a safe, warm, soft, cozy embrace. And if we need to surrender to the sorrow and let the tears flow, do that now. Allow yourself to do that now. And then drop the residue, flush it away. And peace of mind can return as the busyness, the buzz, the noise was just preventing us from drowning. Okay? It's a step aside, allow the sorrow, place it in the hands of the divine. Place ourselves in the hands of the divine, asking the divine to hold us through whatever we're going through. Okay? Yeah. Thank you, Angie. That's one prayer. I'm going to share this with everyone. That's one prayer that may be for every day. Hold me through this. Addressing the divine, asking the divine, hold me through this. Hold me through this day. Hold me through this, whatever is the crazy world at the moment. Hold me through this ascension. Hold me through this life, right? Hold me through this sorrow. Hold me through this. Yeah. Actually saying it out loud, hearing ourselves saying it out loud, feeling the vibrations of this most simple prayer, hold me through this, has instant effect. Hold me through this. Oh, yes. Very powerful, very useful, very simple prayer. I invite you to use it as much as you need it. I can tell you I'm using it. Yeah, that's how I know how efficient it is. All right. Thank you, Angie. Thank you so much. Okay, going to Laurel, Maryland with Lourdes. Tuning in with you, Lourdes. I ask my higher self to ask your higher self, what number one emotion stops you from experiencing peace of mind? It's an emotion of anger, feeling insulted. Okay, well, yeah. You need to drop this. Your higher self wants you. Okay, yeah. Maybe there was insult, or it's the way your mind is interpreting, whatever it is. You have the choice between staying in the obsessing, looping in your mind, the feeling insulted, they insulted me, this is insulting. It's either this or peace of mind. So the invitation of higher self is flush away, let it go. If you need to have a conversation, have a conversation. If you need to tell them that's not okay, tell them. If you just need to let it go, do what it takes, but start with choosing. That's the invitation. It's only an invitation. Choosing peace of mind, you need to let go of this. Your higher self is, kindly inviting you to do that. Okay? Thank you, Lourdes. Okay, we're getting, believe it or not, to let me refresh my page. It seems to be the last request. Yes, it is. So, Glastonbury, UK with Pippa, thank you for being the last request. We're going to close the readings with you, Pippa, tuning in with you. Pippa, I ask my higher self to ask your higher self, what number one emotion? It's an emotion of despair, feeling vulnerable. And what I'm being shown again is placing yourself in the hands of the divine. Recognize this emotion as a signal that you need help, you need to feel held. And you can choose to stay in the despair or to choose to be held by the divine. And obviously the invitation, your higher self is inviting you to, okay, just take the signal, drop, flush away, feeling the despair of feeling vulnerable, feeling too vulnerable, and place yourself in the hands of the divine, that your mind can relax, can find peace. Okay? Thank you so much, Pippa. Many readings have been for many of us, so that's really a treasure. I really appreciate all of your requests. I appreciate all that has come through. I appreciate higher self attitudes of, okay, everyone, let's be responsible, let's be the bigger, better, bigger person, and let's do things. We can choose between peace of mind and obsessing with things or being busy with the emotional things. Let's do things properly, gather the wisdom, and flush away. We're going to do that now. Okay? Thank you so much, everyone. I truly appreciate. So now, with all this bunch of emotions that have come to the surface, let's flush and claim. We're going to flush, and then I'll be creating a power claiming key for all of us to invite and hold peace in our minds. Make yourself comfortable. You can close your eyes if you want. And of course, if it is possible for you right now, and safe. And settle in the space with your higher self, within the orb of grace and the orb of truth. Ask your higher self to place a vortex around your aura, spinning counterclockwise all the way to the heart, to the center of the earth. This vortex will vacuum all energies, emotions, beliefs, and thoughts, all that will be flushed out for recycling and starting now. Will all be vacuumed out and away, flushed down and away into the vortex. And now, just by hearing these words, you set your intention on receiving and absorbing the energy, the light being sent to you right now. Allowing the light to flow to you and through you. To go wherever it needs to go. To do whatever it needs to do for your highest good, your evolution. In service to the highest good of all. And as we connect our minds, our hearts, our higher selves, higher self to higher self, I tap into the highest, the purest source of light, of the great central sun. and flow this light to you and through you. For your highest good, your evolution, and in service to the highest good of all. And all you have to do is to allow and receive. And first, let's take a few moments now to flow this highest light, this purest light, and you just receive, absorb, and enjoy. And then we'll bring up the theme of peace of mind. For the moment, just receive, absorb, and enjoy the flow of light. Beautiful. So as the light keeps flowing to you and through you, the light of the great central sun, the light of truth, ask your higher self, what do you need to know, to do, to change, to be aware of? What do you need to receive regarding what stops you from experiencing peace in your mind? For your highest good, your evolution, and in service to the highest good of all. And pay attention to the responses that you get in words, in knowing, maybe images, sounds, sensations in your body, or any other way. And be open to trusting that you're receiving all you need to receive. In the way and at the time that serves you best. Receiving consciously and unconsciously. Receiving now and later. And remembering the vortex around your aura and all the way to the heart of the earth. Ask your higher self to keep the pearls of wisdom, the insights and the learnings. And then to flush down and away into the vortex all that stops you from experiencing peace in your mind, whether you're aware of it or not. Just decide that it's being flushed down and away by the pure light flowing through you. all the emotions, all the obstacles, all the limitations to your peace of mind being flushed down and away into the vortex right now. All the emotions, all the obstacles, all the limitations to your peace of mind being flushed down and away into the vortex right now. And breathe. Breathe. And if there are any more emotional knots that have been holding toxic, restricting mental constructs in place that are still present and ready for release, we ask that they be flushed down and away into the vortex. Flushed down and away into the vortex right now. And it is done. Breathe. And if there are any more limiting beliefs or even noisy beliefs and patterns of behavior that are still present and ready for release, we ask that they be flushed down and away into the vortex. Flush down and away into the vortex right now. And it is done. Breathe. Wonderful. So now that you've made space within yourself with this flushing, and as we keep flowing this highest light, this purest light, I invite you to receive this power claiming key. A key to claim your power to invite and hold peace in your mind. As you receive this key, pay attention to the responses you get in your body, in your higher self, in your mind, in your heart, in your whole being. I'm going to repeat it a couple times, allowing you to really absorb it. Here is the key. Here is our power claiming key. Even if I don't know how, I intend to experience peace in my mind, now and at every moment. And I ask to be guided and supported. Even if I don't know how, I intend to experience peace in my mind, now and at every moment. And I ask to be guided and supported. One more time, you're welcome to join and claim it for yourself, either silently or even out loud. Even if I don't know how, I intend to experience peace in my mind, now and at every moment. And I ask to be guided and supported. And breathe. That's right. Let it settle in. And with this key, Open, unlock, ignite your peace of mind. Breathe. Take a moment to take it all in. And allow the energy of the power claiming key to fill in all the space that has been freed with the flush. Let your claim, your intention, your mantra occupy and take over this free space. Even if I don't know how, I intend to experience peace in my mind. Now and at every moment. And I ask to be guided and supported. And breathe. So as we're going to be closing now, we allow the flow of light to subside just by itself. Ask your higher self to bring your vortex down into the center of the earth with any and all residual energies for recycling. You take back your energy to yourself. And I take back my energy to myself. And allow this peace to reside within your mind, now and at every moment. And use your power claiming key as a mantra to claim and hold your intention. Have your higher self guide and support you towards it. Of course, you're welcome to return to the replay. Use the flush to flush anything else that shows up. The noise, flush the noise and choose peace of mind. That's right. It's time to conclude, and I want to thank you all for all your requests for readings. And we all received this power claiming key, so please do use it. And together, let's make a difference and promote peace of mind for ourselves and for all. You've been listening to Academy for the Soul Radio. If you haven't signed up for the radio show yet, please go to academyforthesoul.com/radio. You can also find the sign-up link on the webcast page. And in that way, you will receive in your email box the weekly lineup for all the shows, and with the replays always available, you will be sure to listen to all that is of interest and of value to you. Our next episode, the second one in our Embodying Peace series, will be about peaceful hearts. So it will very well complete and balance today's episode. We want peace in our minds, peace of mind, yes, and we want peaceful hearts, don't we? So that's something to look forward to. Before closing, I would like to offer a prayer. It is a prayer for peace. It's also a prayer for our heart and a prayer to be of service. May we be at peace. May our hearts be open. May we awaken to the light of our own true nature. May we be blessed. May we be a source of blessing for all beings. Thank you. So I'm closing now with gratitude for all of you in the audience now and later. Gratitude, yes, so much gratitude. I know it is Thanksgiving. Some of you are celebrating. So yes, let's bring the gratitude. Happy Thanksgiving to all who are celebrating, and let's feel the gratitude no matter what, no matter where we are. Gratitude for Christelle and the Academy for the Soul offering this platform and giving me this opportunity to share with you. Gratitude to our higher selves and all the beings and energies in the higher realms who guide, support, and protect us. Gratitude to the orb of grace, the orb of truth, providing a safe, sacred space for our gathering today. And gratitude to the highest light, the purest light of the great central sun that has been flowing for us today, supporting our peace of mind and our evolution in the highest good of all. And gratitude to the divine. Thank you, and goodbye now.